Hey Warriors, welcome back. This is our next project, this desk. And this is actually part of the set that we picked up from Facebook Marketplace for free. It's also the matching piece to the chest and the nightstand that we just did in our last video. So we've decided that we're going to go ahead and do this in the same style. We think that it would make a good set overall for a bedroom to have the desk and the chest and the nightstand. And we'll see if we can sell it that way. So we're going to take off the hardware. We're going to get to cleaning this thing up so we can get ready for prepping it and painting it. So the desk is in pretty good shape. As you can see, the drawers, there's some small nicks, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal for us. And you can see on the top that we've got, besides a lot of dirt, the finish is very worn. So we are going to have to do some sanding on the top to get that all leveled out. Today we're going to be using LA Awesome to clean the piece off. We want to give it a good spray down. We want to make sure that you use a good degreaser and cleaner. LA Awesome is good. Dixie Belle's White Lightning, TSP, Dawn Dish Soap. They're all good things to use that will degrease and take all the oils off. You want to make sure you do that before you do any sanding, because you don't want to be grinding any oils or anything into the finish when you sand. And you want to make sure that you have a good surface for your paint and primer and everything to adhere to. Nice thing about the LA Awesome is it really doesn't leave any residue on there. So we probably will give it a quick wipe down with a wet towel, but we don't really have to worry so much about residue with the LA Awesome. And you can get it at, I think we get ours at Dollar Tree. So it's really inexpensive. It's only $1 for a bottle. So, and when you clean, you want to make sure that you get all the surfaces you're going to be painting. You also want to make sure that you figure out how to get these out. You have to see if these have little levers in them. Sometimes they have a little button to push. Sometimes they're just, these are not friction. It doesn't appear. Okay, so we figured out the drawers. There's a little latch in here. On the one side it pushed down. We just reached in there with a screwdriver. I couldn't get to it with my finger. So we pushed that down on this side. And then on the other side, it pushes up. And many times you'll find that they're opposite like that. So once we push this one up and the other one down, the keyboard drawer slid right out. These drawers are friction fit. You'll find this on a lot of modern furniture too. The drawer only opens so far and then it tends to stop. And as long as you're sure that there aren't any latches or anything, you just have to hit it pretty hard and it'll come across. Same thing when you're putting them in. You'll see me get it lined up and it'll start sliding in and it'll stop. Then you got to hit the drawer to get it to get past that friction point, and then it's fine. So a little tricky sometimes getting to know how all these different drawers work. Okay, so we normally don't do video of 2 pieces in a row doing the same thing, but we heard from some of you that you wanted to see a little bit more of how we were doing some of this on these pieces. So we're going to do this. We're going to try to get a little bit better camera angles for you guys so you can see a little better exactly what it is we're doing. Now these rails that are in here, when we actually paint, if I get this to let go of my finger, good tape. When we actually paint, we're going to want to paint this area on this side of the rail, which is above the keyboard. We're going to do that because when you pull the keyboard out, you'll be able to see from the side, you'll be able to see part of this in here. We want it to be the same color, we don't want it to be brown. So I'm going to tape the rails off so that when we prime and paint, we can get under here and we can get above here on this side without messing up the rails, especially when we're spraying primer. We don't want to get primer all over these rails because it will, these particular rails have these little ball bearings in them and we want to protect those. We don't want to get primer all over them because it will affect how the drawer slides. So now we're going to go ahead and do some scuff sanding. This is a 120. Want to get the top and then kind of give a light scuff sand to the rest before we prime. Okay, so some of these little feet are missing. So we're going to take off the ones on the left and then we'll decide if we're going to just put felt pads on here, which is probably what we'll do. And there's not even a head for me to grab on that, so get a pair of pliers. See if this will grab this. There we go. Easy peasy. So a lot of times these will just pull the nail head through. They don't really pry out all that well, as you can see. So we got to make sure we get these nail heads out of here. Okay, so when you prime, make sure you got your mask on. Make sure your can's well shaken. We're going to use up the rest of this universal bonding primer, and then we're going to go to our 2x cover, which I was able to find. So we're just going to take care of the bottom of these feet first. Okay, so our primer's dry. I am going to put these little felt things on here on the feet. These serve a couple of purposes. One, it won't scratch our floor when we bring it inside. Two, and just as important, it won't scratch your customer's floor. And the third advantage to doing this is when we bring it inside to paint it, these little felt strips will lift the desk just far enough off the floor that when we paint, we can get right to the bottom edge without getting paint on the tarp or having the tarp stick. Okay, we're also switching over to the 2-time Ultra Cover Primer by Rust-Oleum. This is actually what we prefer to use. So we'll go ahead and do that. Make sure you shake it real well. Make sure you got your mask on. Okay, so off camera we cleaned up our hardware a little bit. Just the 3 knobs, got them ready for painting. We're going to be using the Krylon Metallic Gold Leaf spray. There you go, now you can see it. That's what we're going to be using. We got this handy dandy little handle that fits on the can. This thing is a wonderful invention. Okay, so now that we have our primer dry, we're gonna, sometimes primer when it sprays it goes on a little rough. It's just kind of a powder on top. So we're gonna take a real fine 320 sandpaper and we're just gonna go over this just to smooth it out. Okay, so we moved everything inside. We're getting ready to start painting. And while we're getting everything ready, we'll take a quick intermission. We'll show you why we have moved in the house to paint instead of in the garage. You can see what it was like outside today. And while we're doing this, probably be a great time for you guys. If you're liking our video, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Certainly be appreciated. And if you consider subscribing, you'll get notified of all of our future videos so you don't miss anything, because we got some exciting things coming up. And okay, let's get back to painting. So again, we're using the emerald urethane just like we did in the last 2 pieces. It's the urethane trim enamel. So we laid it down on the side so we could get down to the bottom of these legs real easy. Get things started. And get some of these undersides. We just wanted to take a quick second and thank all of you who have so generously supported our channel. We certainly appreciate it. And if you guys would like to help support our channel, there's some fun ways you can do that through our Amazon wish list or through Buy Me a Coffee, and we have links in the description. Thanks again.
recording.
Okay, so we're going to finish putting these brackets on. And then as soon as we're done with that, we're ready to stage it and show you guys what it looks like. And we'll start by showing you what we started with. And then we're going to show you the pictures of the desk. And then we're also going to show you the desk with the other two pieces that we completed in our last video, so you can see what the whole set looks like. Okay, Warriors, so that's what the entire set looks like together. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do us a favor and hit that like button for us. And certainly, again, like to ask you to consider subscribing so you get notified of some exciting videos that we have coming up soon. So thanks for being with us. And as always, have a flippin' awesome day.